Hey everyone! If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen some Instagram stories of my new setup. I rearranged my desk. I know a lot of people want me to do like a studio tour kind of thing, and I really want to make one, but I mean, you could probably see in the back it's still like such a mess. I need to organize stuff still and get everything in place. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff, so yeah, I want it to be like nice and finished before I start showing you guys, and I've just been like slowly working on it when I have time. So yeah, sorry about the rain noise you probably hear. There's a tropical storm near me. Anyway, since I am redoing my workspace, I decided to make a little desk organizer container thing, and I'm gonna walk you guys through how I made it. I was inspired by these ones that I saw on Amazon. I was trying to find the link for it, but I can't find it anymore. If I do end up finding it, then I'll probably include like a photo here and a link down below where you guys can just buy them if you don't want to do this DIY. But I had the stuff, and I always like to try to make stuff before I cave in and buy stuff. I find it to be a fun challenge, so let's get started. You'll need brass tubes, wire that's thin enough to fit into the tubing, thin clear plastic, a marker, a utility knife, pliers, wire cutters, a ruler, tape, and glue. I suggest using something like the Loctite glass glue or E6000. Make a quick triangle pattern on a piece of paper. Measure in 3 inches and then down 5 inches. Mark the midpoint on the bottom of the rectangle, and then mark from the top edges down to the mid mark that you just made. Cut this pattern piece out. Trace the pattern out onto the plastic 4 times. Cut the pieces out. My piece of plastic was thin enough so that I could score it with a utility knife and then bend it to break along the edge. Tape the pieces together like so. Tape this last edge and leave half of the tape exposed for now. Spread a bead of glue down every seam, including the edge with the exposed tape. Don't squeeze out too much and try to keep it neat, because when it's done, you'll still be able to see it because of the clear plastic. Now bring the last 2 edges together and tape it up. Set it aside to dry. Cut 8 pieces of wire that are 2 1/4 inch and 4 pieces that are 4 inches long. Try to keep the tubing from squishing too much on the end. You may have to squeeze it back open a little bit so that the thin wire can still fit through. I actually ran out of brass tubing, so I had to use this aluminum one for the length of wire, unfortunately. Cut a length of wire that's at least as long as 4 of the short pieces and 3 of the longer pieces, plus a couple inches. I kinda went a little overboard with this. Thread on a short piece, a long piece, and a short piece, and then another long piece. Twist the ends together and snip off the excess from the shorter side. Now thread on a short piece, a long piece, and then another short piece. Twist the end to this corner of the rectangle piece. Snip off the excess. Really, if your wire is thin enough to go through the tubing again, you can just bring it through the short piece of wire again, and then continue on. If that's the case, then you'll need a longer piece of wire when you first start this. With another piece of wire, thread on a short piece, a long piece, and a short piece. Connect the ends to the corners of the rectangle. Add wire to the last 2 pieces of tubing, and then attach these 2 to the rectangle to finish it off. When the glue has dried, you can remove the tape from the pyramid piece and then place it into the rectangular base, and then you're done. Just stick it on your desk and fill it with whatever you want. You can add some beads or something like that so they sit at the bottom, just to make a nice little detail. I think this looks particularly cute with this fake succulent in it, and it's now a permanent fixture on my desk. Honestly, even though this thing seems to be pretty sturdy, like I don't think it'll easily get knocked over, it is a little bit wobbly. If you're able to solder the metal tubing together, that would make the base stronger, but I'm still pretty happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this project. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more, then feel free to subscribe. I post art videos every Tuesday and DIY videos every Thursday. You can follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, and Snapchat, and I'll leave the information to those down below. Thank you to my patrons for helping me produce this video. If you're interested in becoming a patron or just learning about what Patreon is, I'll leave a link to mine up here and you can go check it out. If you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next week.